Hi, I'm Tim, and this is my handsome avatar. He's better looking than me and has way more hair, but look, if I can't regrow my own, I might as well upgrade the cartoon version, right? I will be guiding us through this whole early retirement adventure. Welcome to episode 1 of my journey, where I'll be sharing monthly updates, questionable financial decisions, and maybe, just maybe, a joke that actually lands. Go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any of the chaos. All right, so let's talk about my retirement. And yes, I put that in air quotes. Feel free to imagine my cartoon fingers wiggling, because technically I like to call myself semi-retired. Why? Well, I'm not old enough to retire yet, but I also quit my job, so I kind of floated into this weird financial limbo where I still do side hustles to pay for stuff like, food, hobbies, and the occasional midlife crisis purchase. No retirement journey is the same, and mine is shaping up to be one of those unique ones you hear about right before a Netflix documentary starts. A little history. I left work at the end of January 2025 with exactly $754,381 in liquid assets. Yes, I counted every dollar, twice. We'll dive into those details later, so stay tuned for that suspenseful financial breakdown you didn't know you needed. At the time, I was 56, and my wife was 50. She still works, which allows me to have medical insurance when she has a job. The problem, my wife quits jobs like most people quit bad diets. So every time she comes home and says, "We need to talk," I'm like, oh no, is it the job or is it me? Spoiler, it's usually the job, but it still ruins my day. So let's talk about my plan, my big plan. I'm staying fully invested in the market. But don't worry, I'm not out here picking random individual stocks like I'm throwing darts at a Wall Street dartboard. Nope, I'm sticking with the boring but beautiful stuff. Basic ETFs, mutual funds, some high-yield ETFs, and a little cash chilling in a money market fund. My hope? A nice calm 10 to 12% return each year. Like the market is just a dependable vending machine that always gives me the snack I want instead of eating my money. Meanwhile, my expenses run around $5,000 to $6,000 a month, and the biggest chunk? My mortgage, $2,800 a month. Every time I make that payment, my bank sends me a thank you email with a smiley face. I'm not kidding, it feels personal. But of course, my biggest fear, besides my wife quitting her job again, is an extended downturn in the market. The market's been on a tear with above-average performance, which is exactly why I'm nervous, because everything eventually reverts to the mean, which is fancy finance talk for calm down, Tim, the good times don't last forever. We'll get deeper into all that later. Right now, I just want to record what things looked like at the very start of my journey, before the stress wrinkles kick in, and before I start yelling at my investment apps like they can hear me. All right, let's talk numbers, everyone's favorite part of retirement, unless you're me, in which case it's the part that spikes my blood pressure. When I officially stepped into my semi-retired life, my portfolio sat at $754,381. Yep, every dollar accounted for. I even checked under the couch cushions in case I missed anything. Most of my money was in the grown-up, responsible investor stuff, ETFs like IWY and IVW, a mutual fund with symbol FBGRX, and my cash that was sitting in a high-yield savings account making around 4%, which in retirement terms basically feels like winning the lottery. Now, don't worry, we'll get into way more specific details in future episodes. There will be charts, graphs, hopefully no tears, and maybe even a victory lap or two. My plan is to do a big end-of-year recap so we can all see how this first year of semi-retired chaos plays out. And after that, I'll be giving you monthly updates, because if I'm stressing about my money, you might as well enjoy the entertainment. And that's the story so far. I hope you like this format, and if you don't, please lie to me, because my self-esteem is now directly tied to my cartoon avatar. I'll be working on my video skills as we go, so if the editing in this episode looks like it was done by someone who just discovered YouTube yesterday, well, that's because it kinda was. But hey, I'm here to improve and hopefully give you a little entertainment while documenting my very real, very unpredictable retirement journey. Let me know what you liked, what you want to see more of, or whether my avatar should have even more hair in future videos. Seriously, I'm open to ideas. Thanks for coming along for the adventure. I really appreciate you being here. Now buckle up, because we're just getting started.